Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
The Marin County Fair is back July 1st through 5th in San Rafael, and this year's theme, Stars, Stripes, and Stories, makes it one to remember. As America turns 250 and Marin County marks its 175th anniversary, the fair is bringing the whole community together for live concerts, nightly fireworks over the lagoon, carnival rides, fair food, and special activations, including a scavenger hunt and a community paper patchwork quilt. Discounted tickets are available through June 30th. Visit marinfair.org for info and tickets.
It's called Café Anyway. Welcome to Café Anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 3315. 303.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
How about 3315, I think is the other way. Is say, I'm Mike Matthews. Hello. Hey. We're going to tell you from the beginning that I did not do a podcast yesterday because it was a big, humongous holiday because we were celebrating olives. Yes, it was National Olive Day.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's right, olives. Not people named olives, but
Mike's
it would be
Daily
the
Podcast.
olive.
Yeah!
It has it. Oh, wow. There's some kind of strange sound coming through. What? Oh, a video was playing. That's lovely. I have to remember that some of these websites, when you click on them, videos just automatically play without you saying it's okay. NationalToday.com apparently has little videos play, and they made a video for National Olive Day. It's in the traditional Mediterranean diets. It's got the omega-3s enjoyed worldwide this day. So National Olive Day, June 1st, a great opportunity to find a way to incorporate some olives into your diet. Perhaps your local grocer has an olive bar. And I found that fascinating because I remember growing up in the Ventura County area and I never saw any olive bars. And then I moved up to the Bay Area and their olive bars were there in the supermarkets. I go, oh, that's so cool. They're not probably the most healthiest, health-conscious, sanitation-wise type places, but still, they somehow survived COVID and they're back, and they're probably in Ventura County too, allowing you to select from the numerous varieties of olives, or maybe you received an olive at your local bar as a garnish.
And here's today's podcast picture.
For a martini. Even James Bond made the switch to an olive-garnished martini in the famous spy's latest movie, Spectre. The podcast picture is not of James Bond, but of yours truly. Could I ever play James Bond? Yeah, sure. Why not? Make it look like I'm driving a car really fast and then I'm doing that weird thing that they do. Parkour. Doesn't he do parkour in that? Daniel Craig's probably my age anyway, so... Hey, the late great Basil the Boxer never did parkour. Even though boxers are pretty agile, bouncy dogs. But you can see that picture of yours truly in the mountains of PodCastro Valley, where we are broadcasting from. Café Anyway, the last place on earth in the land of Maritopica. And this is a nice trail up there. I had another podcast picture fairly recently from this general area. It's called the Garin to Chabot Trail, something like that, and very scenic. See that at mikesdailypodcast.com. Olives have more nutritional benefits than you might think. They offer a host of healthy types of fats and fatty acids, which are good for you and makes them delicious. And they provide a natural source of iron. And there are lots of ways to prepare olives. They're grown on trees. They can be grown for serving as a table fruit.
I can't hear you. Press the button, you donut.
Table fruit. They're fruits? Wow. Of course, you can make oil out of them. Olive trees can last a long, long time. There are some up on the ridge over in the Pleasanton area. There's a park. I think it's a state park, and you can walk all along all these hiking trails and whatnot. And there's these old olive trees that date way, way back. If you cook with olive oil, you can receive many of the same health benefits that you do from eating olives, provided...
Isn't this cool? Go figure.
It's Arby, your TV guy.
I'll be darned. I bet a lot of people come up here.
Yeah.
And it's still stand and be here forever. What this guy created. Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for stopping by. That's Russ from Arby, your TV guy. That guy has a lot of followers on YouTube. I enjoy watching his videos because he's just driving along, going to places that I may not get to. He recently showed a video of how the inside of it's not an RV that he's in. He's in a converted van that's got no windows inside. But I think that's because he doesn't want people to look inside and see all his computer equipment and cameras and his electric bike. So that's all fascinating. I wonder if he's going to pop back up again in mere moments, like he's still looking through here, trying to see what else is in Café Anyway.
1930. This was originally built. Fine dining right here. Huge paintings. Walk around all you want.
That's
Enjoy
right.
it. But the architecture in here, just gorgeous, isn't it? All the wood furniture, chandeliers, open beams in the ceiling. Feels cozy, doesn't it? All kinds of famous people, just everywhere you look.
Everywhere.
All the furniture, wow. Like their parlor, their game room, there's game tables, chess, big open areas, fireplace. Huh. Oh, yeah, that painting. That is
You like
huge,
the painting?
isn't it? Big old ship. But that
There's
ceiling,
a ship.
that had to cost just a fortune.
The ceiling was
Isn't that
expensive.
Something. Little courtyard outside with
Yeah.
flowers.
We're going to go outside in a minute.
All the old furniture.
Beautiful. Another reason why we took yesterday off was because it was Dare Day. Did you know that? The perfect opportunity. I sound like Bison Bentley. Do you know that? The perfect opportunity for people to break out of their shells and do something different. Yes, not all people like to take risks. And it is this very lack of courage that makes one fall into a comfort zone where even thinking of doing something daring becomes unacceptable. Apparently, this is my problem, too, because I'm watching a guy traveling around in his converted van down by the river versus going to a place. It was also Intergenerational Day, a day to help us respect our elders, which we do less and less of, it seems, these days. As we go outside a Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. World Milk Day was yesterday. We didn't take the day off for that because once you get to a certain age, in your 40s, you should be not drinking milk anymore. Sorry, your body can't process it the way it used to. This is what a nutritionist once told me. Milk is more for the young folk, for the babies to develop muscle and protein and the bones and all that.
Anyway.
But Café Anyway, the biggest reason why we took yesterday off because it was World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. You younger folks may not know what a narcissist is or what narcissistic abuse is, but oh my, you get into your 30s, 40s, 50s, you get into the entertainment industry, you will definitely start to realize that there are narcissists and they ain't very nice and they will use you. It is a global event that takes place on June 1st annually, intending to raise awareness about the effects and signs of narcissistic abuse. Often the patterns and impacts of narcissistic abuse are not as clear-cut due to its intangible nature and lack of research.
It didn't go quite as planned. Watch here.
No, for those narcissists, because there's a day against them. Resources for survivors. There's all this out there to build a greater understanding of how to help victims avoid abusers in the future and rebuild their mental health is what it's all about. Sometimes abusers do abuse people. Narcissists abuse because they suffer from actual personality disorders, namely narcissistic personality disorder, as well as antisocial personality disorder and many others, but they don't necessarily have to be. They may exhibit signs of antisocial behavior and an inability to show sympathy or empathy to others. And it's a trap. It's a trap you fall into, an incredibly self-important nature trap that makes this type of person actively restrict self-reflection. Self-reflection. How important is that? Now, some of us reflect a little bit too much on the self, too much, but they do not see, they don't read the room, they don't see how they're affecting people. It restricts treatment for this. They don't want to get themselves help for this. The causes of developing these traits can range from cultural factors as well as to the state of upbringing. Unfortunately, the effects of narcissistic abuse are relatively understudied, and statistics can be hard to come by. I have dealt with quite a few narcissists in the entertainment industry. I'm not in like the world of movies, but I'm in the radio business, and there have been a couple folks that I've run into that are all nice and kind and your best friend in the whole world, and then they use you. The indicators of mentally abusive relationships are not always clear. While physical abuse leaves telltale marks such as bruises, cuts, and scars, emotional abuse is difficult to pinpoint due to its mainly verbal and mental nature. Oh, look who else is visiting us.
They have 150 to 200 gas pumps.
Okay. What?
Massive. It's like a Walmart-sized convenience store.
Café Anyway.
And inside is anything you can imagine, food-wise, from burgers to barbecue to
woohoo
chicken. To,
so it's like a truck stop on steroids.
Oh, at least.
Okay.
Maybe a quadruple dose of steroids.
I'm surprised.
All here at Café Anyway, and thank you for stopping. All these people, these influencers. Now, the Costco connection was discussing influencers. It said, in the name of this article was called Gone Viral. Meet some of the social media influencers who amplify Costco products through the word of mouth. Their enthusiasm shines through their content, helping educate and drive curiosity for members and non-members alike. Megan Campbell wrote this. I don't know who she is. Now, get used to that, because I don't know who a lot of these... They don't really have... They have a microphone, Mr.
Hey,
Microphone.
good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later.
I don't know if they have a Mr. Microphone. But listen to this. The beginning of this article is, if you don't recognize Laura Lamb, shown on the cover of the magazine, which is an audio podcast, but if you want to see the video, you can go to mikesdailypodcast.com and you can click on this little thing that says watch the video here, and it's got me wearing my cool shirt that I got from 1998 at the Strummin' and Struttin' Festival that used to happen in downtown Ventura. Asleep at the Wheel was there. John McEwen from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, I interviewed his son Nathan McEwen on this very show, and his other son John McEwen. And you can see that at mikesdailypodcast.com, but this video will only be up for the day, and then I take it down because this is all about the audio podcast, which will remain up for a long period of time or until we all run out of protein.
Do you people really think you can get healthy by eating protein Doritos?
So, if you don't recognize Laura Lamb, it says, from her social media accounts, you'd never know she was anything but another Costco member. Let me just say... So she's a mega social media influencer, it says here, with more than 1 million online followers. The word influencer means nothing. Nothing. Because everyone's an influencer now. Everyone has their 15 minutes of fame, as Andy Warhol said, because of the internet, because you can get microphones for fairly inexpensive. And nowadays, people don't even care about the microphones. They care about the video. And, of course, your phone has its own camera in it, and you just turn the camera on yourself and upload whatever video or go live or whatever. And if you start getting some followers, you start thinking you're great and you're an influencer. And it just amazes me. So you've got people like I follow, like RV or TV Guy, and he's got a bunch of followers and people that talk. And he does more of the thing where he talks with his followers and they give him interesting insights about the places that he travels to. And that's good. This sense of community is good. But these folks, these young people that think they're all popular because they got a bunch of followers, when nobody knows who they are, as the beginning of the sentence says, if you don't recognize whoever the heck this person was, like, okay, I understand young people may recognize her and go, oh, she's Laura Lamb. And then they may not know who Casey Kasem is, for example.
Coast to coast, American.40.
This is Casey Kasem.
Yeah.
You're listening to Mike's Daily Podcast, broadcasting live from Café Anyway in the heart of PodCastro Valley. Starring your host, Mike Matthews. You know, Mike got his start in radio waking up at the butt crack of dawn on Sunday mornings, playing back my show at a little radio station in Santa Barbara. Here's a long-distance dedication to you, Mike.
Thank you.
All the way from the grave to you, Mike. From me, Casey Kasem.
You're awesome.
Thanks, Mike.
I never met him, but I met his son, Mike. And I actually helped train him a little bit for this radio station he was interested in working at. So, hey, that was a celebrity to me, Casey Kasem. So let's say you're a young person in your house. Your youngin' is about to graduate. There's a thing called graduation etiquette, and I'm trying to be on this because
Mike is awesome.
Thank you. With graduation season upon us, here are some tips that the Costco connection gives us. Yes, I got this also from the same place. A graduation announcement is a formal notification of the graduate's accomplishment. While gifts aren't expected, it is a thoughtful gesture. Graduation gifts need not be extravagant. Consider personalized item, a monetary gift, or a gift card. For the ceremony, arrive early to allow extra time for traffic, parking. You know, as I say these things, I know that nobody's going to do them. And the majority of them are going to show up late. Well, here are the other tips. For the ceremony, arrive early. And that way you can have extra time for traffic. You can find parking. You can find your seats. People are going to show up late. They're going to run into the auditorium. They're not going to be able to find a seat. They're going to be loud, obnoxious, and sweaty. Before the ceremony begins, silence your phones. You know these folks aren't going to be silencing their phones. Abide by request to hold applause until all names have been read. You know they are not going to do that. They are going to clap for whoever it is that's graduated. And, you know, I understand that they have the right to do that since, my gosh, the time they put into and the money or whatever to help this person graduate. So maybe they could someday show up on National Public Radio.
NPR, baby.
Yeah.
Although I don't want to overstate it, they were by and large very friendly. They wanted to talk about, there was a lot of praise.
How old is she? 12? I'm just trying to guess by the voice.
All the reporters on NPR are 12. They sound like they're 12. And now, since we have one less radio news source because CBS News disappeared. Oh, I have to find it. I saved it somewhere. One of their last reports, there was nobody doing a report. It was the sound of a vacuum cleaner. They must have intended to do that. It sounded like a bit of a mistake because I had heard that in the booth for CBS Radio, when they would do the news, the microphone would suddenly turn on and the person was there and it would turn. If somebody was not in the booth with like a minute to go, an alarm would go off so somebody would know, hey, run in there, grab Chewbacca and run in there. Darn it. So that's sad that they disappeared. And whoever was cleaning the booth that night almost took the job for the rest of the... I'm sure towards the end they were all, what's the point? They're letting us go. So silence your phone and abide by request to hold applause until all names have been read, and take photos quickly and discreetly. You know they're going to take forever at the end of a graduation to get the picture. They're going to just, hold on, we're not done. Oh, Jenny, you get in the picture too. Come on. Grandpa, get in the picture. It's just one of those things. Drives me crazy.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Yeah. All right, well, thought I would share that with you.
Is that why you're bald, Mike?
Yeah, probably. This is something that troubles me. And we're going to try and have on the show a very special singer-songwriter by the name of Monty Byram. He also produced a lot of big acts. He was good friends with Eddie Money, produced some of his stuff, wrote some of his songs. And the big one, I Wanna Go Back, 'Cause I'm Feeling So Much. He co-wrote that and some other ones, Fall in Love Again. And I met him years ago, and I have a phenomenal, funny story having to do with the Majestic Ventura Theater and meeting Monty years and years ago that we'll get into, hopefully on the next podcast. But I was very troubled this last bit from the Costco connection. It was talking about buying a new TV and all that. I could care less. I'm not going to read that to you. This is not a visual medium that I am embarking on here with Mike's Daily Podcast. It is an audio one. But it says here, 2 screens are better than one. Many sports fans enjoy having an iPad or Android tablet on their lap while watching a match on their big screen TV, while watching a game. Maybe they're enjoying snacks.
Why do they always interrupt our snacking? You're a demon.
Snacks always make you fat. I know. Sometimes you might be eating a healthy one. An apple, for example, or celery with some peanut butter. But the thing is, you won't be. You'll probably be eating chicken wings and chips and fries or whatever. Now, that little bit there about having an iPad or Android tablet on your lap while watching a match on your big screen TV, that is the thing. What do they call that? The double screen or the first screen or primary screen, or people are just not watching the TV anymore. They're being distracted by their primary screen. That's what it is. It's secondary screen. So that's why shows like Stranger Things have to re-explain the plot every 5 minutes in detail, because they know people aren't paying attention because they're looking at their phones. The primary screen, which is your phone or your tablet. Now, I knew a guy that would have about 5 TV screens set up on the weekend, watching his sports, multiple games going at the same time. I just said, he invited me over. I'm like, that is, to me, that is not how I want to spend my weekend, but more power to you. Anyway, that's all I had to say about that one sentence. That just saddens me that someone's watching on a huge big screen TV something, and then also looking at something on an iPad and Android tablet. That's too much. There's too much going on, and they're probably also got their phone out and they're doing bets at the same time. That cannot be a healthy lifestyle. I'm just telling you, try and avoid this kind of thing is what I'm thinking. Hey, we are getting a call right now.
This is Judge Clinton Cop in San Francisco. I'm trying to get the telephone number. Get me the number into the studio.
All right.
I'm supposed to be on the radio.
Oh.
Be of good cheer.
You as well. Thank you. Look who's here outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. Hello, Mega Master. It's Madame Rootabega, and I love to watch the television. Oh. Do you also like to listen to the podcast? Yes. Do you like to watch sports? Yes. Are you doing the online betting? No. and the predictive markets and all that stuff. And wow. Look who else is here.
Hello day, Mike. This is Valentino.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, we heard you were talking some nasty negative language day about sports day.
Yeah, sports. Do you know that? I'm not a huge fan.
Mike makes music.
I'm not a fan of sports, but that's okay. Of course, because I can go out for a walk and you're inside. So I won't talk bad about sports. Why don't you just keep eating all that stuff that you must eat because it's full of calories. And that's why my name's not Mallory. I could care less about what you do. Ooh. Maybe the same you don't care about calling me too. Here's the number to call.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
And then I do this cool. You always hear about drum solos with songs. How about a bell solo? That's about it. And with all things having to do with Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the main frame and hear from A-Frame. And thank you for listening to Mike's Daily Podcast, a one-of-a-kind show with yours truly, Mike Matthews, who nobody knows, just like all those influencers out there that nobody knows. But that's okay with me, because I got my Mr. Microphone, and I'm going to tune it into the right frequency and talk to you later. Thank you for listening.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye.